In this video, we're going to ask the question, if prefix notation, like Scheme uses, is it really that weird? So one of the things that can be confusing to a first-time Scheme programmer would be things like the prefix notation. How instead of saying 3 plus 4, you have to say plus 3, 4, or times 20, 42. And as another example, suppose we want to write a function that adds two numbers together. And here's that prefix notation again, plus xy is in the body of my function. That's weird. So let me run this, and then I can say add 1953, and it does that. So again, prefix notation where we have the operator and then the operands may seem backwards at first. However, what I want to do is show you that that might not be as crazy as it first seems. So here I have an empty C file. If I want to say int x equals 11 plus 6, and I can print that out. So then I can compile that. And when I run, I get the output that I would expect. Okay, however, recall that Scheme is a functional language. Functions are what we build our programs on. They're that basic building block we're going to use. So let's write a function in C. And let's return x plus y. If I resize this, you can see we have two parameters, x and y. We add them together. Okay, no problem. However, look how natural this is with our infix notation. Well, let's actually use this function. Int y is equal to what? X add y? Is this how we declare a function with this infix notation that's natural that we always use? No, actually in this case, we're going to say add the name of the function, the operator of the function, x, y, which by the way is not defined here, so let's give it some values. Let's say 326 and 599, and then let's add a print statement there. And as we compile and run, we see that we get a result for y using prefix notation. Another thing I would also point out, we didn't mention this before, but look at these two lines here. This is not infix notation. This is prefix notation. We have a function followed by the parameters. So really the only difference, if I copy and paste this C code into Dr. Racket, it's going to give me an error. However, if I remove the comma and if I move the parentheses to the beginning, notice this call and this call are almost identical, and really neither one is more or less natural than the other. So it's not so much the prefix notation that's confusing, it's the moving of the parentheses. But again, that idea of operating our function calls with the operator first, followed by the operands, is something that does come naturally as a programmer when you're thinking in terms of functions and procedures. And so try to keep that in mind as you start working with Scheme, and it should make things a lot easier for you.